They bit off too much land that they can chew, realized some things that they were not prepared for, and so we had to quickly move off that, get out of that contract, and get into a contract on a house. So buying land in Idaho is such a lucrative opportunity, especially if you're coming out of California where you just want that elbow room and be able to get out and maybe not even have neighbors around you. But there are some pros and cons to buying land here in Idaho that I want to make you aware of. So I'm going to go over the top 5 things that you need to be aware of when buying land here in Idaho. So the number one question that you'll want to ask yourself is how much land and how much is in your budget to purchase the land? Buying the land usually eats up the biggest chunk of the budget, especially if you're trying to build out a home or maybe do a ranch or anything like that. So knowing exactly how much you can afford is gonna be the biggest key. You wanna analyze that to figure out how much land you can actually afford, and we can help you with that here at the Go Idaho team. A lot of people think, well, you know, if I just get more land, the further out I go from Boise, the cheaper it's gonna be. And that's true to the most part. Depends on which way you go, if you go towards Oregon or if you go towards Twin Falls. But if the land is really cheap, there may be a reason why that land is such a good deal. And so that's when we would want to help you out and make sure that, hey, how are the entitlements looking? Are there any cell phone towers on that parcel or anything like that that might throw that value off just a little bit? The second question you want to ask yourself is, are you in a position to put a well and a septic in? Sometimes drilling down to find that water might require multiple drill attempts. And so having the budget in place for you to be able to spend that money for that driller to go down and find that well water, it might be costly. Then on top of that, you might need a secondary pump to add in to get that water pressure up and make sure your house is always flowing with enough water. This video today is brought to us by Team MANDI over at Premier Mortgage Resources. If you need any help in acquiring a loan for a property here in the Idaho area, or maybe you're purchasing a home in any other state, they're licensed everywhere, reach out to them. I use them, my team uses them, you should use them too. All their contact information is down below. Number 3, is there an HOA on this land? Sometimes as you're looking maybe for a vacation home or just bare land up in the foothills, there are HOAs associated with that land. Sometimes there's not. And for the most people who are buying land, they don't want an HOA. But you have to keep this in mind because, you know, the people who buy land around you, they probably are doing the same thing. They don't want an HOA, they don't care about that. So just keep this in mind. Are you gonna be okay if a neighbor down the highway starts collecting old cars? Maybe they're awesome, or starts collecting old rusted farm equipment. Do you want that around your property? So if the answer is like, you know what, Greg, I don't care, I just want that elbow room, then that's great. But if you're like, man, in 10 years, maybe I don't wanna see that, or maybe I don't wanna drive by that, then just keep that in mind. And for the most part, you'll be able to find exactly what you're looking for here in Idaho. So a lot of people come to Idaho with some big eyes thinking, Greg, if I can just get 10 acres or 15 acres of land, that would be ideal. I would love that. But also on the flip side of that coin, there's people who are like, Greg, I need you to sell my land because I loved it when I first got it, but 15 acres is a lot of acres to take care of. Or, gosh, I can't maintain these animals on the property anymore, or something's happened to my health and I need to liquidate, I need to sell my land. So keep in mind that when you are coming to Idaho and looking at all the land that's available, really kind of sit down with your partner, your spouse, your friend, mentor, whoever you're going in on the land with, or if it's just yourself, just have that conversation. Say, self, you know, how much land do I really want to take care of? Check yourself too, because are you in a position where you can keep maintaining that land for another 10, 15 years and keep up with all the things that are required to own that land? And number 5, and this is where you really have to be careful. So we received a call from someone who found us on YouTube like yourself, maybe you're doing that. They came up here, we didn't know they were up here, they got into contract on some land. About, I don't know, 15 days into their contract, I got a phone call saying, oh my gosh, Greg, I need your help. I've seen your videos on YouTube. Can you help me with my land contract? And I said, well, you know, give me the details. So he gave me the details. Turns out the zoning that he thought he was getting did not apply to that parcel of land. And so it kind of threw the whole deal off. We tried to kind of step in, but he was unrepresented. I couldn't help him because I wasn't representing him. He couldn't bring me in halfway through, and I did my best, but he was not happy. It was sold a little bit differently than what he thought. And so he said, you know what, the heck with this idea of buying land. I want to get out of this, get my money, and get a home here in Idaho. And so that's where we did. His goal is eventually to get back out and buying land with us, but going at it on his own for the first time in a new state, it kind of threw him for a loop and kind of made him just think, well, you know, do I really want to do this? So if you are going to be buying land, just double check zoning. What do the entitlements look like? Some areas right now, like the city of Star, they are pushing through anything that's a commercial project first before residential, just because there's so much growth in the residential side, they need that commercial. So if you're on a tight time schedule, just make sure that you're going to be able to get your entitlements through, get anything approved that you need to get approved in a timely manner that's going to work on your timetable. And don't try and do it on your own. Just reach out to an agent. Maybe you have an agent already, and that's great. Just make sure you're upfront with them about what your intentions are. If you need an agent to help you with that process, reach out to us here at the Go Idaho team. We'd love to help you. We get a lot of inquiries from people who want to sell their land. They come to us because we're really connected with the different builders and developers in the area. So if you have a parcel of land here in Idaho that you need to offload and would like to get an offer on, give us a call so we can understand type of land you have, how big is it, so we can match you with the right builder or developer here in the Treasure Valley. If you are looking for raw land here in Idaho, maybe to build a house or you want to do something bigger, go to our website, www.goingidaho.com, and start looking at all the different land options that you have here in the Treasure Valley and in the Boise, Idaho area. That's going to be right for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have experts and specialists on the team who deal with land and can get you all the information that you're looking for. Then I want you to connect with us on social media. We're everywhere. Just pick a platform you're on and search Go Idaho. We'll be there and we'll connect with you there. If you want to see any more videos about the Boise area, just click this link right here. And until next time, go Idaho.